All right, another puzzle to solve. We got another issue that's coming up. Let's figure out what it is. I'm gonna start the same way as I've done in the last few videos, and that is pinging the demo Pi 1, and I don't have connectivity. Once again, I'm going to cancel that out because I know it's not going to ping, and I'm going to try to ping our switch 2. And I do have connectivity, so I'm going to presume that everything on demo laptop is fine. The connection between the demo laptop and the switch is fine. Now let's see if I can ping the switch 1, and I ping it. And now I see that there's an issue. So I'm assuming that the issue is going to be between this switch 2 and switch 1. So somewhere in there. So I am going to jump onto switch 2. The first thing I'm going to do is one of my favorite commands there, show IP interface brief, and take a look. The link between these two is 047. So I take a look at 047. It says that it's up. And that looks, so connectivity, we at least have some basic connectivity with this. I'm going to do a show run interface FA 047 here and hit enter. And okay, we got switch port trunk native VLAN 2. That's what I want. The allowed VLANs 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 150. That looks good. Switch port mode trunk. That's good. All right, so everything is looking sufficient on this side. So now I want to jump over and do those similar commands on switch 1 to see if there's something that's happening with that interface on switch 1. So I'm consoled into this switch at this point in time. So I need to move that console port over to switch 1. So I can console into it and figure it out because I can't remote into it right now. So let me switch that out and then we'll continue troubleshooting from there. I am now on switch 1. I have a console cable plugged into switch 1. So I'm going to do those same commands. I'm going to do show IP interface brief, and I will scroll through here. And we see that this one's actually connected into FA 1043, and it shows that it's up. So we got that connectivity, which makes sense because the other side said it's up too. So if they're connected together, one side is not going to be up and the other side down. So that makes sense right there. Let's next do a show run interface. Oh, run interface FA, and this one is a 1043. We'll take a look at that. So we see switch port trunk native VLAN 2, which looks correct. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN 2. No 10. All right, so we are missing VLAN 10 on here. And VLAN 10 is our management interface. That's the network that these two machines are on. The demo laptop uses VLAN 10 and the switch, all the switches use VLAN 10. So that definitely could interrupt our communication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a continuous ping to our VLAN, or excuse me, our switch 1 here. And I'm going to go in. There's a couple ways I could do this. I'm going to go into interface FA 1043. I'm in the interface. I can do a switch port trunk allowed VLAN, and I could do an add and add this VLAN, or a fast way that I like to do this also is I could just highlight this line right here, and I don't want to get the carriage return on the end. So right here, if I just highlight this part of it, it will copy that part of it. If I highlight the end of this, it'll actually input that and then hit enter at the end of that, which is not what I want. I don't want to hit enter at the end of this. I want to actually change this. So I'm going to highlight just that section right there. I'll right click on the window, it pastes it down below. Then what I can do is I can come in here and say 10, comma, Now I've inserted this VLAN onto here. I'm going to hit enter, and let's see what happens with our pings as we've added VLAN 10 now to the mix here. Spanning tree protocol has done its thing. Now we got connectivity, it's pinging. So the issue here is that we were missing one of the VLANs on the interface, and that will stop the traffic for that VLAN.